Hey, beautiful ones. Welcome to the first edition of Black Beauty Chats. This is your girl Isis, and I am so excited. For those of y'all who know I love talking all things Black beauty. So much so that I've got a whole other show dedicated solely to the business of Black beauty. But on this side, we're doing Sister Girl Chats. And so I'm super excited. Tonight we have Tiffany Mack. She is a celebrity hairstylist and one of the hairstylists behind the new show Power Book 3 Raising Kanan. Whew, that show is a whole 90s vibe. And Tiffany helped create the looks for one of the characters, Patina Miller, who plays Raquel Rock Thomas. And so we're going to talk to her and get into all the details on how she created the looks, the inspiration, and how we can slay 90s trends today. So I just want to say welcome. Welcome, Tiffany. Thank you so much for hopping on this with me to have this conversation tonight about your amazing work. Like, you're a celebrity hairstylist, right? But you are like working to change the game, even on how we play in hair, how we take care of our hair, and all these different things. And so like tonight, we're just going to talk about you right now on Raising Kanan and how the work that you're doing on that. Tiffany Mack, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you even got to this place where you doing hair for folks on television.
Girl, take it to church first and foremost. Got to get honor to God, because that's the reason why I am where I am. Honestly, I am Tiffany Mack. I am a New Jersey native. I still live in Jersey. I am diehard Jersey girl. I am not planning on moving from Jersey. I love Jersey. I don't live where I used to live, but I'm staying in Jersey. Okay. And I started off in just like hair salons. But I really started doing hair at school. On the lunch table, on the porch, those type of things, just trying to get some money. I grew up in, a single family home with my mother and my two sisters. And I really didn't think that I would end up doing hair, to be honest. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer until I went to college for 3 days. And I said, how many years I got to do school? I'm done. Girl, I went for 3 days. I went to Essex County College for 3 days and I dropped out.
You said 3. Said nah. When you know, you know.
When you know. And it didn't help that my professor was like the dry eye guy, girl, from the commercial. So that's what really was like, wait, I gotta do, and I was a teen mom. So I was like, I gotta do homework and I got a baby. I was like, this is not gonna work for me. So I was like, I put so long to being a lawyer. I can't do that no more.
Oh wow.
And then I was like, all right, well, I might as well go to hair school. I'm already doing hair on the side, but I still didn't take it serious. When I went to hair school, it kind of like opened my eyes. That's why I feel like exposure is important. Like I was never exposed. I was only exposed to hair salons. So I only thought only hairstylists only work in hair salons. Like I didn't think the people on the TV, somebody's doing their hair, so it wasn't until I went to hair school when I found out all the different ways that you can make money being a hairstylist. You didn't have to just stand behind the seat until you're like 60 years old, Seriously, no, because my grandmother was a barber and my grandfather was a hairstylist.
Oh,
so that's all I knew. They old and they still doing. My grandfather doing finger waves. That's all he did. Finger waves, scrunchies, girl, and rod sets. Like, my grandmother over here doing fades. Like, that's all I knew was to stand behind the chair. But then when I went to hair school and, I learned about platform artists, celebrity hairstyle, I learned about so many different ways to make money as a hairstylist that it really opened my mind up. And I was like, okay, I want to do this. And then immediately I felt like at first I thought I wanted to do platform artists, but I was like, I don't really want to travel. I don't want to feel like I work for nobody, So I was like, I do want to do celebrity hair. And I thought I wanted to do a little bit of traveling, but I wanted to be my own boss. I always knew that. And I've been working in a hair salon since I was 18, booth renting. So when you booth renting, you your own boss. You pay your little rent at the end of the week. You could not come to work all week. but you know,
You gonna pay
you
that
gonna
bill.
pay that rent. That's it. But it's like I didn't have nobody over me, so it was a lot of freedom, and I love that because I was young. You know, I was a mother, so I needed that. But it wasn't. I didn't get my first celebrity client until I met my now husband, K Mac, and he saw the potential in me, and he saw it early on, and he still do this to this day. Like he just plugged me, and my first client was Notori, and he knew her because he worked with them on 3LW. So and you know, she a Jersey girl, so he introduced me to her at a Jill Scott concert. It was New Year's Eve, and they had just started filming Power, and she was telling me about it, and then I was like, oh, okay. And then it's crazy, 6 degrees of separation, because like we still didn't fully connect. We spoke, but then a few months later, I had got another client where she worked for ESPN at the time, Josina Anderson, and she was like, hey, because I'm always getting cool with my clients. Like, my clients become like my friends. So she was like, look, I'm going to this table read for this show called Power. You want to go with me? So I went, and then, you know, I did her hair. So Notorious seen it, and she was like, oh my God, that was it. And she was like, girl, I got to call you. I got something coming up. And that was it. And from Notori, I got Regina King. Shoot, from doing Notori hair, Iman the model found me on Instagram. I did her hair. Like, yeah.
It's been a journey, right?
It's been a journey. It's been a journey.
And you still sticking with the Power franchise,
Girl,
right?
yes. Oh my God. And it's so crazy. That was like, that was season 1. Like I started doing her hair for press, and I wanted to be on a show for such a long time, but you know, God's timing, not our timing. You know, I call her my fairy godmother. Her name is Anita Gibson. She's now a producer for Power, but she was just she was the department head makeup artist over there. And you know, she once again seen the potential in me and recognized my hustle. And she's like, don't worry, girl, you're gonna get in. And you know, girl, all these episodes, seasons later, I done did 6 seasons of premiere, and I never did a show. But it wasn't until recently with Raising Kanan that I got my foot in the door. And first it started off, I got the opportunity to make the units for Patina Miller, who plays the mom of Kanan. And then from there, me and her built the relationship. Now she's my client, so I do her hair on and off. So
See the red carpet,
girl. Yes. So it's like God is just so good, and you know, to be patient, definitely diligent and patient. You know, just continue to do what I know to do, hard work, and my work speak for itself. My professionalism speak for itself, because that's how I continue to get referrals. I work very fast, and that's what a lot of clients like. I don't waste nobody's time. I come there, I do what I got to do. I don't care how long I knew you. Like, as soon as I get there, I turn the, you know, I kiki, but I turn like the friend and all that off, but I turn on my professionalism hat. I don't ever want my clients to feel like I'm not grateful and not appreciative of the opportunity. So I treat every opportunity just like it's my first time going in here, and I do what I got to do. So
that's what's up. So you just taught folks right there, keep a job. It's not just getting in the door, right?
Oh, girl, getting in the door. That's the easy. It's not the easy part, but it's like keeping it is the hard part. Like, you know, showing them that I am so amazing with time management. My mother always told me to be early. So I'm like, my clients be like, the other day for Patina, it was the night of the premiere, and she wanted to do a hair change last minute, and she was like, girl, bring a different style. I was like, Patina, now you know I'm downstairs. She was like, of course you are. I had already been downstairs for about 20 minutes. I'm just giving her time, but I'm like, I'm going, as soon as that time, that dot turn, I'm going to ring this bell and make sure, you know, I'm on time. But I take pride in being on time and like being professional, like always being professional. I take a lot of pride in that.
All right. So
Mm-hmm.
I love this piece of it. Like I didn't even think we was gonna get into the business right off top. So no,
Oh,
that's really
okay.
dope. But like think about that. So you're going from these red carpet and doing the celebs off screen, right? But
Yeah.
now you're creating looks for on screen. And
Yes.
so now it's not just like, hey, what you and Patina thought or what you and Notori thought. This
Yeah.
is like what the producer is telling you, the director is telling
Yes.
you.
So I worked that second key. Thank God. And girl, thank God. So I love to be second key because like I love the opportunity because I don't have to be there all the time. And I like to be second key for the lead because it's just one person versus you having to work with so many different people because you have to. So I'm still able to work with other clients and work my schedule. So it allowed me a lot of freedom. And I go in whenever I'm called in, whenever I'm needed. I thank God for my clients, my working everyday clients, because they allow me to change my schedule around and I don't take them for granted. Like the good thing is that I kind of always know ahead of time, so I could kind of switch it, and then I work on my days off, like, and whatever I got to do to make everyone happy, I try to do that. Yeah.
Well, what does it mean? Because everybody doesn't know like what if like the lead, the key, and then the second key are. What does that mean?
So department head, she is the key. She's number one stylist to where she has to say. She basically, she's my boss, basically. And when it came time for making the units for the show, she called me, and it's crazy. She called me last minute. I had to produce them wigs in like was it 3 days?
3 days? How many wigs did you make?
I made 3.
Okay. So
I made 3. Yep. So the one of them, they I don't know if they used one of them for the first season, but they still have it to like figure it out. But it was like an MC Light hairstyle. It was long in the back and it was like asymmetrical. Yeah. So but the other 2 that were used, she just gave me direction. Yeah, it was like the Bunny DeBarge. That was the inspiration. Like,
okay,
yes, it was the Bunny DeBarge, and it's just just very like fashionable hairstyle back then. Like, because Patina is a boss, so it's like she had to be in with the trend of whatever that time was. Like, whatever the fly hairstyle, she was on point. The hair went with the fashion. They wore the big layers, big full, when you get your hair relaxed, but they ain't doing the silk presses how we do them now. They, they probably, they relax, they flat irons probably was like on 300 back then. So,
it wasn't all that, that was that yaki.
Yeah, it was like that yaki straight. But, so yeah, so those are the 2 styles that, I had direction. And then once I take direction very well, like I'm very like, I'm not the hairstylist that gonna do what she want to do. Like, I listen. So once she gave me direction and I did it, and she was like, "That's it," and I was like, "Really?" I was still nervous because I was so nervous. Like, like you always ask God to give you opportunities, but just want to be prepared, and I just want to make sure I did it right because I didn't want them to be like, "Oh no, scratch that. We gotta go with somebody else." Like, I knew how important it was, so. I just was like, I was praying over the wig, like, God, please, like, I just want this. I want to.
But you a whole custom wig maker. Let's be clear. But this wasn't your first wig.
The thing is that doing a period piece here, I was 183.
So did you like look at how many pictures were you looking at?
I was looking at a lot of pictures, like, because the Bunny DeBarge one was like an 80s hairstyle.
And the Bunny DeBarge is the short one at the top.
Yeah, right? The short, like the mullet,
Yes.
Yeah, so it was that one, and I just looked at a lot of pictures from back then. Just wanted to make sure, like, even down to the sideburns, like I tried to get it down perfectly as to how it was, like, even where it should, like, it wasn't straight back, it was kind of off to the side. Like, I studied a lot of pictures, and I was like, all right, and I felt very confident after I did it. And then once she put it on, and then I seen it, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I really did this. It was, it's an amazing feeling. Like, even when I went to the premiere, I was just like looking like, yo, that's my work up there. Like, I can't believe, like, it's really happening. You
Yeah.
don't know when your dream's gonna come true. So it was just a great feeling to like really see my work on screen.
That's awesome. Wait, so did you, for the wigs, did you like actually ventilate, like, well, what do folks call, did you put the
Ventilate.
tracks on? Yeah, did you do that yourself,
No,
or
no, no, no. So
you just
we utilize the frontal.
okay?
So yeah, we utilize the frontal in the front.
Hmm.
And the good thing about it is that we don't glue the wigs down. We do not glue the wigs down because they look like they glued down, girl. But
That's
um,
melted on there.
yeah, because the thing about it, you gotta think they're filming every day. Like
Hmm.
you can't keep applying. They gotta take it off every day because they can't go home with it. So you gotta do it in a way to where it's very healthy for the hair. So
Yeah.
we chose to go that route, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. No, but that's also a big question for on my end. Thinking about that is like, so we see them every day with these units on that look like that joint looked like it was melted in. It was
Girl,
sitting nice
it
on her
did,
head.
but it wasn't. Thank
How-
God for Erin because she taught me like some little tricks because of course I'm used to like melting them down,
mhm.
but working on TV was very different and just understanding like okay we can't glue it down. So how do we achieve that with doing it? So she showed me how to utilize wig pins and different ways to make it super tight and like I learned how to camouflage with makeup that so it would show properly on screen. Like I learned a lot, and that's I did appreciate that because she didn't just like have me there, and a lot of times people don't want to teach you. So
Mhm.
she had me there, but she was teaching me because she knew like if she needed me to be there where she wasn't there, she needed to trust me and know that I can do exactly what she needed to be done. So
Love it.
yeah,
Love
I
it.
learned a lot of little tricks.
So how did you protect or keep her hair? Like I know you didn't glue it down, right? But like how did you protect her hair underneath? Did you have to like braid it down?
Yeah, you
Okay.
braid it down, do some nice flat braids and get it with the stocking cap, you
Hmm.
get it nice and flat and that's what holds the hairpins in. It holds as an anchor.
Okay. Okay. Did you have like were you also like conditioning her hair and taking care
Yes.
of it outside?
Oh
Oh, okay.
yes. So she uses Lucid Bliss products. Thank God. Like I love my clients because they love my products. So
Okay.
she utilizes Lucid Bliss hair products. So in between filming days, like even if I'm not on set or anything, since we met, I've been caring for her hair. So I would go to her home and I would wash her hair. I would utilize the hair growth drops. I'm big into hair care, so we would be doing hair care stuff at home as
Okay.
well.
So
Yeah.
tell us about Lucid Bliss.
Yes, so Lucid Bliss is my baby that I've had since 2016. It started with 4 products. Well, it started with one. It was the hair growth drops. They're liquid, not oil, because liquid opens the follicle. Oil
Mhm.
sits dormant on top. So that's the reason why we went. It's a target system. So it started with that because my mom has suffered from alopecia areata. And for those who don't know, it's when you have like patches of hair loss in areas, areata. So she had at that time more patches than she had hair. And I would see how, you know, our hair, our crown, it really gives us confidence, to go
Mhm.
into the world. Like it's very important of how we show up. So when her crown wasn't right, it started to affect her confidence. And I saw that. And even going to the doctors, when they're giving her all these highly chemical induced shampoos, drying her hair out, it wasn't doing anything.
Mhm.
It made me want to help. And I'm like, I'm a hairstylist and I don't have anything to help. So that's when I started working with a chemist and I started educating myself. And, I always was into hair care. Like the hair salons that I used to work at, the very last one, I worked with 2 older ladies and they taught me a lot about hair because they were big into hair care. And that's where my love for hair care it came from. It wasn't because trendy styles come and go, but as
Mhm.
long as you can keep people hair growing and healthy, you're gonna have customers for life. Like styles is going to change, but they know that they say I have growing hands, so you're going to take care of their hair, make their hair grow. Like I'm really passionate about hair growth. So first we started with the vitamin drops, and then I'm like, we have the drops, but it's like, you know, whenever you use the system, you need everything else to go with it. So that's when we came up with the shampoo and conditioner. And I knew, like, I did a lot of research on like, I'm very into like natural, you know, natural stuff. So I learned about aloe. So I was like, oh, I want it to be aloe based, you know, and you know, I know that I wanted that smell. Like I know that it reminded me of do you know the old commercial when they used to wash your hair, like making all that noise in the shower? I was like, that's what I want my products to feel like, very refreshing. And that's what Lucid Bliss, it has eucalyptus, tea tree, peppermint, so it has that winter fresh feeling for your scalp. Soothing. It wakens you up, like, girl, sometimes when I'm having sinus issues and I'm washing my hair, it really helps me. So and then I added the edge control because I love edge control. And it was, at the time, there wasn't as many that I could find that was like really working. So I did fragrance free because I know a lot of time people have allergies. So I'm very meticulous when it comes to like certain things when it comes to the product. Although I know I can't make everybody happy because somebody gonna be allergic to something. Right. So I tried to keep it to the minimum, you know, with a lot of things.
Well, just being fragrance free is huge because folks like me, if you say fragrance, I just put it down.
See, yeah,
like it's a wrap. Like, oh, you can't soak that in vinegar, so I don't know. We going
seriously, no, seriously. And the thing, it was crazy because I ended up becoming a product of my, a client of my own product. Like 2 years after I had created Lucid Bliss, I had stress alopecia, so I lost both sides, girl. It was so devastating. Like I love wearing ponytails. I couldn't even wear a ponytail. I love wearing hats. You could still see it. Like, I don't care if I part in the middle, pull it down, it was still like very like, girl. So I was going through it, and then that's when I was really like, all right, I'm a be a client, and I used the drops. And then we started in I started in June. And by September, my hair, both sides, you know,
were able to love your hair back.
I was not playing. I was like, girl, besides the products, I'm up there praying like, Lord. Girl, that was a devastating moment. I'm not just a person that understands as a hairstylist. Like, I understand what it feels like and how it affects your confidence as a woman. Your hair not right, you know. Even if you have to cover it up with a wig, it's like you have to take that wig off and look at yourself. And it's like, I didn't even want to look in the mirror. It was very hard.
What do you say to women then, if we're talking about like our crown being part of our confidence? Like, what is one thing that you wish more of us were doing to help keep our crowns intact?
I wish that people would learn more about their hair porosity, you know, because which you can learn about that on mylucidbliss.com. The education. You know, I have to do a little plug real quick, but because learning your hair porosity is not about your texture. It's your hair's DNA. So it lets you know how your hair absorbs moisture, and you won't spend so much money on all these different type of products and wondering why it's not working, but it worked for your best friend, you know? So I wish a lot of people would know more about their hair porosity.
So can we go to your site and decide if we have low or low to medium or medium to high?
Do it. I'll show you how to do a porosity test, and then I also let you know once you get your results, then I tell you how, like, what oils are good for you. You know, if you're high, if you're low. Now, what type of treatments, or do you need hair creams? Do you need hair milk? Like, I teach you about all of those things on my Lucid Bliss.
Okay, I love it. Yo, and you know, while she's talking about knowing your porosity, it's also what helps you get your hair hydrated.
Yes, it is. It really is. It's crazy because the other day, one of my clients, now we did a porosity test on her about last year. This is when she started her hair growth journey. And she was like, girl, she's like, I was too embarrassed to call you, but I went through some hair trauma. I'm like, well, what happened? She like, girl, now mind you, she's low porosity, so she is protein sensitive. So, girl, she done did a clay mask. She done did apple cider vinegar treatment. Girl, her hair was fried. You hear me? Her hair was fried. And she was like, she was so devastated. And then she had to remember, like, what oils and what products to bring her hair back to life. I'm like, girl, you can't be doing all of that stuff. And she was like, I had to learn the hard way. I was like, yeah, see. So hair porosity is very important because you like, oh, I don't know, my hair always feels so dry. Yeah, because you're using probably the wrong products in your hair.
It's a
Yes.
huge thing for folks, and we're trying to get our hair together.
Yes,
But
girl.
let's come back to this show, right? Because raising Kanan is still a big deal, Mama. Like I know
Woo,
it's hard work
girl.
for me, but it's still power,
Yes.
and you get to see your creations every day.
Mhm.
Well, every Sunday, but
Every Sunday,
every
every
Sunday,
Sunday, yes, every Sunday
every
for like the
Sunday.
next 9 weeks.
So
Crazy.
I do want to know because it's a whole '90s. It's a whole '90s feel. It's a whole '90s
It's
vibe
a
to this.
vibe. Yes.
Whole vibe, even the coloring of how they shot it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
And right now everybody's going retro. Everybody's rocking these, and we don't even know what decade because it could be '60s mod,
Girl.
a '70s shag, a
Yes,
'90s
girl.
swoop. Like
Yes.
So how do we now? Because people, it's not post COVID, but it's definitely post quarantine.
Oh,
Folks
yes.
is outside.
Yes. Outside, outside. Yes.
Outside. They're in the outside.
Yeah, one of my friends be like, call me Miss Outside. I was like, all right.
Folks is outside wearing everything. Like I'm seeing culottes. I was like, wait,
Girl.
what? Like,
No, yes, seriously. It was yesterday. A girl, she had on what's that? A bucket hat and some bell bottoms, and she had a crop top. And I'm like, yo, are you in 2021? Like, it's crazy. Like how they say trends do come back, history repeats itself. Because I didn't think I would see that so soon right now.
it's every trend though. It's every trend.
Everything.
Every decade.
Every decade they're bringing it back.
So she probably think about that. So you see this woman right here with the bell bottoms, crop top, and a bucket hat. She take a bucket hat off, and she got a swooped ponytail with a flip.
With the flip, or she got the bun.
Right. So now that we seeing everything, right, and even baby hairs is a thing.
Baby, so it's just hair at this point. Baby.
Just hair,
hair, baby. Yeah,
it's just the hair, baby. Because
yes,
you just parted a whole section of
girl. Okay,
that came from here all the way.
Yes. Oh, girl, they be doing.
Oh, so how do we in the outside now?
Mm-hmm.
How can we take maybe like what kind of advice do you have for us as we're looking at all these trends and we want to get in on something? How do we do it without being like a whole epic fail?
Well, I feel like for one, you can't just be going to your job at Popeyes with this hairstyle. Like I feel like a lot of people don't understand that some of these hairstyles that these celebrities wear is a part of their costume. You get what I'm saying? It's a part of their image. So yeah, you could do the little flip, but girl, where's you going with the bun? Like, where's you going? Like, I feel like just know where you're going. Just don't be just going. And then make sure you accessorize properly with it. You get what I'm saying? Because that makes it gotta all come together. The fashion has to go with the hair. So just make sure the fashion is fitting the time, like the hairstyle. Like, okay. Yes, definitely. But yeah, don't be just going to the park with these hairstyles. Like that's the thing. Like they be thinking that these are everyday hairstyles, but they're going to events. They're not just walking around every day with this.
They're not going to the bodega.
They got photos. Yeah. Go to the bodega. I put on my jewelry just to go to the bodega. That's my song. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was me 15 years ago. We going to the store. Come on, let me go put this on real quick. Yes. I'm already dressed.
But that's the thing. Back then, it was like, that's what everybody was looking like. It's like, now, girl, where is you going? Like, seriously.
Okay. So we got the right space. Because somebody in the outside, because we outside. We finding places to go, right?
Girl.
So I found my place and I want to do this swoop-dee, whoop, whoop. And yeah.
How I down and the
like, what's the thing when you see it, you're like, dang, Ma, I wish you had done this. Like,
ooh.
textures and
Girl, textures is definitely number one. Like, baby girl, next time buy that 3-4, that 4C ponytail, because that's what go with your texture. Don't get the wet and wavy. Don't get the bohemian, girl. That don't go with that. Please understand that.
Mhm.
Understand that. But yeah, I would say that definitely match your textures with your ponytails, or your hair weave. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just feel like you said, the baby hair sometimes is getting a little out of control. Once again, people, they mistake like the fashions that the celebrity wearing for like everyday styles, and it's
Mhm.
like, you shouldn't be going to work with that, because that's a costume. They going to an award show with that, or they going to a
Mhm.
music video, or they going to a photo shoot. That's why they looking like that. But they setting trends. But I just feel like, just make sure you have somewhere to go properly. Just don't be
Be
walking
appropriate.
around Target with this hairstyle, baby girl. Please,
I
seriously,
got you. I
you want,
got
like, yeah, definitely.
you. She said, pick your place. Pick your place, y'all. Find the
Please,
spot that you're supposed to be in.
please, please, girl, you girl, and you from North.
I already,
You know, girl, yes,
I already know.
yes.
You just kind of look. What color is that? And how high is your and where?
Oh, girl,
Okay, all right. So,
girl,
let's go on
and
Broad
then
Street real quick.
the pearls inside the swoops.
Oh, that's yeah. And the textures don't match, and it's
Yep,
kind of greasy on one side.
girl,
So we just
girl.
she said, look, so Tiffany said, don't be a fail this summer.
Please don't. You
Be
know,
don't be a fail.
please.
Find your place. Find your place. So
Please.
what's next? What's next for Tiffany Mack?
So what's next? I'm still working on my campaign. The name of my campaign for Lucid Bliss is called Black. Bliss is the New Black.
Okay.
Because we are beautiful, and we need to show and empower more of our brothers and sisters on how bliss is the new black. Being blissful. That's black. That's the new black. Not, we ain't menace. We ain't none, we are bliss. You hear me?
Mm.
That's what the new black is. We have the campaign, but I have my styling products that I released. That I have more things coming out, like clarifying shampoos and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm working on coming this fall, well, September, October. I'm working on, I just created a nonprofit called Bold Beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
So our first event is going to be for the homeless. Like, we have portable showers, and we're going, one of my friends, she's a stylist. They're going to pick their outfits. She's going to help style them. They're going to take a
Oh.
shower. They're going to get their hair done, get manicured. And it's going to be a fun event. We're going to have food for them, but I just want them to really feel good. And I want to get, like, I want to go buy some clothes, because, I know, although they're homeless, but sometimes you want something brand new. I don't care who
Mm-hmm.
you are. It just makes you feel good. So, yeah.
Okay. That's
Yes.
awesome. So
Yes.
then we'll be able to follow back up with you
Yes.
and learn a lot more about Bold Beginnings and your new
Yes.
product launches.
Yes. I'll have that information this upcoming week. It'll be on my lucidbliss.com. So follow
Mm-hmm.
us, and hopefully, if you want to donate to the cause, it's gonna be a beautiful event, because this event is gonna be my first annual. Eventually, I want to get like a mobile bus, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
go to them and do their hair, and have the portable showers, and then be able to take a shower, get their hair done, and get their haircuts and stuff like that. Yeah, I just
Just
feel
kind
like
of boost that confidence.
I just feel like, everybody needs that. I don't care who you are. Everybody needs
Mm-hmm.
that reset. They need to feel good, because you already have a reminder of what you're going through. But, like, when we get our hair done, it just make us feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of it. That's part of our therapy. Especially in the Black community.
Yes.
Hair is
Yes.
part of our
Yes.
health journey.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And it plays such a big part. Like, it does. It plays
Okay.
a big part. It plays how you show up in the world, It does. So
Well, thank you. I love this. Thank you so much. Okay, so we find you at mylucidbliss.com. That's
mhm.
MYLUCIDBLISS.
That's
.com.
right.
Okay,
My
I'll make sure that we drop that at the bottom.
Yes,
For
or follow me on Instagram at touched with the ed _by _tiff.
okay.
It's a pink icon.